Join me as I dive into today's message from God and see if it can truly lift our spirits and give us hope. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with negativity and uncertainty. It's easy to feel like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of fear and anxiety. But what if I told you there's a different way to live? A way that brings hope and peace, no matter what's going on around us. That's what I want to explore with you today. The message of hope that God has for us. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions of life, living day to day without any real sense of purpose or direction? You're not alone. So many people today are feeling lost and unsure of what the future holds. They're searching for answers, but can't seem to find them. It's like they're stuck in a fog that they can't escape. Depression, anxiety, and fear are just a few of the emotions that can consume us when we feel like we're walking alone. We try to find hope in the things around us, in our relationships, our jobs, our possessions, but ultimately, they let us down. They're not designed to bring us lasting hope and fulfillment. It's only when we turn to God that we can find the hope that we so desperately need. I know it's hard to imagine, but what if I told you that there are people out there who have been in the darkest of places, but have found a way to overcome? They've found a sense of purpose and direction, even in the midst of chaos. They've discovered the secret to living a life of hope and peace. And it's not because of anything they've done, but because of what God has done for them. In Psalm 34:17 it says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." This is just one of the many promises that God makes to us in His Word. He is a God of hope, and He wants to deliver us from the troubles that we're facing. Hebrews 6:19-20 says, "We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain, where our forerunner, Jesus, has entered on our behalf." This hope that we have is not just a feeling, but a physical anchor that holds us fast in the midst of life's storms. In John 14:27, Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." This peace that Jesus gives us is not just the absence of conflict, but a deep sense of inner peace that comes from knowing that we are loved and cared for by our Heavenly Father. I want to share with you a powerful story of hope that I came across recently. A woman named Sarah was struggling with depression and anxiety after losing her husband suddenly. She felt like she was drowning in a sea of sadness and didn't know how to escape. But then she turned to God and began to seek Him out in her daily life. She started attending church again and began to read her Bible regularly. Slowly but surely, she started to feel a sense of hope and peace that she hadn't felt in years. It wasn't easy, and there were still plenty of tough days, but she knew that she wasn't alone. As she looked back on her journey, Sarah realized that God had been with her the entire time, even when she didn't feel like it. He was the one who had given her the strength to keep going, even when all hope seemed lost. And that's the same hope that He wants to give to each and every one of us. Remember, hope is always available to us, no matter what we're going through. God's message today is one of hope and peace, and it's available to anyone who is willing to listen. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are some ways that you've experienced hope in your life? Share your stories with us, and let's continue the conversation. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to our channel for more uplifting content that will help you grow in your faith.